most listeners' participation program.
Talk Today.
What's on your mind, K-Man? If you're ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Discussing current events and local news, community spotlights, hot topics, listener stories, cultural and historical discussions, environmental issues, fun and lighthearted topics, guest interviews. K-Man, basically anything you want to talk about, we are ready to listen. Here's your guest host.
Coming up next on Radio Cayman, October is Older Persons Month, so we turn our focus on Cayman's senior citizens. Talk Today's next. Stay with me.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037. Or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Talk Today.
Good afternoon, everybody. Wherever you up, baby. Welcome to Talk Today. I'm Charles Glidden. Good to have you on board. Hope things are working out for you this week. A lot of things to pay attention to. We've been blessed with a quiet hurricane season up until now. And wouldn't you know it, the one storm making it into the Caribbean so far this year is a tricky one. Got to pay attention, let me tell you, folks. Melissa, Tropical Storm Melissa, shows up, and as good as the forecasters are with all their technology and satellites and the models, the computer models that draw all those lines, well, weather forecasters aren't dead certain about where it's going to be ending up, what path it's going to take. The forecasters and models agree that Melissa is going to be near Jamaica. It's going to be near Jamaica, but just how near or what side of Jamaica it's going to go to, the west side, east side, or maybe over Jamaica. They're not sure exactly what path Melissa is going to take. That's uncertain. The 11 o'clock update, would be 10 o'clock our time, but the 11 o'clock update from the National Hurricane Center in Miami is forecasting Melissa to be south of Jamaica on Monday morning. That's a pretty drastic turn to the west there from what they had been forecasting. So let's stay informed as to what is developing. Cayman's hurricane team is monitoring the storm and is already taking some preliminary steps just in case Melissa does come our way. Shelter volunteers are on standby, drains are being inspected, culverts upgraded, all that's underway, among other activities. And if you feel that you need some sandbags to keep water out of your house, sandbag distribution began this morning. Sandbags are available at the West Bay Fire Station, and apparently the one that they had out by the Linford Pearson Highway last year, that's moved now to Outpost, the new road, I guess, off of Linford Pearson. They're outposts if you're looking for the sandbag distribution point in Georgetown. Also at the Agricultural Pavilion and Frank Sound, I guess that's Frank Sound Fire Station, I guess. And then the Brack sandbags are available at Cotton Tree Bay and Watering Place Gardens. And all of this, of course, is to stay ahead of any storm threat. At the moment, there is no immediate threat, but stay tuned, pay attention, be informed. This is a tricky storm. And if you're one of those people that likes social media for your information, please be sure your source of information is reliable. There's some very good sources of information out there, AccuWeather and good old Mr. Weatherman. And a lot of people watch him, but there are a lot of people who don't necessarily know exactly what they're talking about either. So this is a slow-moving storm. I think the Hurricane Center is actually describing it as drifting right now, moving about 2 miles per hour. So this is going to be around for a while. You know, the old Caymanians had a saying that late season storm is like a bad cold. It just won't go away. Well, on the schedule, we had some guests for Older Persons Month. And maybe they're held up in traffic, but we hope that they'll be coming in soon. And in the meantime, how many of you have taken a look at this immigration bill that is being proposed? The government wants to hear from you. They are looking for feedback, and it's important, some interesting things in here. And I know we always get a lot of calls whenever the subject of immigration comes up. People have a lot of opinions, and the government is looking for your opinion. And maybe someone that wants to express their opinion right now, because we do have a caller. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you today?
I'm all right. And yourself?
I'm doing great. Watching out over the beautiful waters of the Cayman Islands, hoping that we don't soon get too rough around here.
Where are you right now?
I'm in Northwest Point, right by the Turtle Center.
Okay.
So this is a pretty dangerous area also for it to get, some very deep waters and everything right here.
What was that storm that it was pretty far to the west, but we got some really big seas coming in down there in Northwest Point.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
You never know with those storms. They can go either way.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. We can only suggest or kind of predict where they're going to go, but only God knows where they're going to end up. So let's prepare for it and be ready,
That's all we can do.
Yeah.
Stand by.
But I got one question that I should have called in a couple of weeks about after I read it, concerning severance pay for elected members that did not get reelected. I don't know if you read that one yet, Mr. Charles, but where they are now going to get severance pay, I think it was for...
Yeah, I remember hearing about that, reading something, yeah.
Yeah. How can that legally be possible? I mean, if you're voted out, I feel you're voted out. That's the voice of the people of the Cayman Islands. We had enough of you. We don't want you no more.
I guess they got fired, so...
That's what I just had a laugh at that, though,
They got fired without notice. They didn't get their 30 days notice, so they got to get severance pay.
But I mean, it's coming out of our out of pockets, our own, the people of the Cayman Islands. And I mean, the salary alone that they were getting before was ridiculous.
But I hear what you say. It sounds kind of like, I don't know, something not quite square there.
Yeah. But is there any way, because I tried to find out what information I could get, but I was kind of blocked out of it and kind of saying, well, it's none of your business, sort of. But I mean...
Well, it is our business, though.
It is. That's what I'm saying. I got offended at that because I think that we should be eligible for all this information since we're the ones that's going to suffer the consequences after the budget and all like that is being, there's a strain on the budget and stuff just because they're kind of being spoiled about it and saying, hey, I didn't win the election, so, I want some more money, I got to get, something like that. So what are we going to...
So you actually inquired about it?
I did call a certain department, and I was told basically not in these words, and I don't want to say which department or anything right now, but...
well, there is a parliamentary department.
But say that again?
There is a parliamentary department, I mean...
Well, yeah.
That's like a
I'm not going to say
department.
right now, but I was kind of told it's none of your business, So these are things that have been passed in the parliament, and it's legal. And, but why... My question is, why are the people a part of that process? You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're going to get severance pay because you're not getting reelected, that to me is not right.
You mean that the people should have a say in whether they get it or not?
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Well, they make the rules.
Yeah. Well,
So,
basically, yeah.
It's like when they give themselves a raise. They don't have to get permission from anybody.
Right. I can understand raises. Well, I can't understand it fully. When you're going from, there should be some limitations also to how high they can go and all like that. But what I'm saying is something like this. This is a complete different thing. This is severance pay. Is how I read it.
Yeah.
Severance pay. Severance pay, like you said, is somebody that's fired from a job like illegally getting fired from the job then. And then you say, okay, well, you got your severance pay, because...
yeah, I don't even think it has to be illegal or
well,
unfair.
Sorry, I didn't word that right.
Yeah. Once you are let go, if you get a week for every year that you put in.
Right. Sorry, I worded that part wrong. Yeah. So, yeah, but it's once you're dismissed from your employment, then you have to be compensated for it, like you say, 1 week a year or however the labor law has.
Yeah.
But
But you could do a freedom of information on it.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about going to them next, since I kind of been blocked from where I'd called, and didn't even have the courtesy where you can come in and you can, like there's certain areas you can look through or certain paperwork or, legalities of it anyway. And
you just write a letter saying that you would like to know
to the freedom of information you're talking about.
Yeah, you write it to the department. You would have to
right. Yes, sir. Yeah,
send it to Parliament, because that is a department unto itself.
Yeah. But when I read that, I kind of went, huh? What are we getting into here now, So in the next election, suppose everybody gets elected out, then everybody's going to get severance pay also.
Well, that's what it sounds like.
What about if I want to run the next election and I don't get into, I get severance pay too, but I haven't even been in there yet, or Anyway, I just thought I would bring.
We'd all be running then if we got that.
Yeah, but I hope.
By the way, I just got told that was Mitch, Hurricane Mitch, that mashed up things down Northwest Point there.
Yeah. But remember Michelle?
And this is the anniversary.
Oh, really? Oh, shucks, yeah. But remember Michelle too. Michelle was 100-something miles away.
Yeah.
But she did a lot of damage. I was living at Papagallos at the time, and let me tell you, we had boulders coming in through. Ended up in the kitchen, on top of the countertops.
Woo!
And I'm Canadian. I mean, I'm not American or anything like that, or not mean to specify any country, but I'm from here. I'm the roots. I'm fifth generation Canadian.
Yeah, so. You've seen things happen around here, yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen a lot happen around here. Ivan, I worked 3 days straight and got 2 hours sleep. During Ivan, I was with the law department then, I guess you call it. So in the law. Yeah, but I mean. I don't know. It's quite amazing what's happening in Cayman. I just wish our elected members would stop putting this financial gain first and put the people back first.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying
yeah.
to get at today. You know,
I hear you.
put us first. And we're still good people here, you know. We still got a lot of good stuff behind us. And if they would do that, I think God would change this whole view and get our country back together in the right shape, you know. We're a great country, but we're just letting it slip away too fast from us, you know.
Yeah, we have a lot of good things going.
Of course, sir. And I just want to say, while we're talking about good things, I think you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I think you're really, really on top of things, and I didn't hear quite a lot of questions being asked that you didn't have an answer for. So, you know, that's another good companion with a lot of knowledge that I'm very proud of, sir. Okay?
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
And you all have a great day.
Oh,
And may
you too.
God keep us safe. If anything comes our way, hope everybody's safe, and, you know, keep praying. Prayer is very powerful. All right?
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you, sir. You too, sir. Bye-bye.
We need to take a little break here. I'll be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Reading is a match that lights the flame of imagination, innovation, curiosity, ambition. Register today for the inaugural free-to-the-public literacy conference, the Life Conference 2025, Saturday, November 1st, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., the Kimpton Seafire Resort, 7 Mile Beach. The theme, Early Childhood, Strong Start, Strong Future. Keynote speaker, Dr. Dan Worry, founder of the Early Childhood Policy Solutions. Register now. Go to lifeconference.ky. Life, literacy is for everyone. Supported by Rotary Central, Cayman Islands.
Dan up with a rock and he hit the cow.
Hi, Cayman. We're back. Your one and only Cayman Islands folk singers, live in concert. Bring the family and enjoy a walk down memory lane with memories in melody, stories, and songs to remember. Friday, October 24th and Saturday, October 25th at the Harkwell Theatre. Show starts at 7 on Friday with the gates opening at 6:30. And on Saturday, gates open at 5:30 and showtime starts at 6. Tickets are available from the Intergenerational Hub, Winner's Circle, and from members of the Cayman Islands Folk Singers. Tickets are $15 for adults and $10 for children. Come, enjoy. Memories in Melody is proudly brought to you by the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture, and Heritage.
Just then, old Lorraine stepped up. Poor old Whitmore, he was so...
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
The best foundation you can wear is glowing, healthy skin. The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter specialize in enhancing your skin's well-being. Whether you're seeking advanced skin care, including any skin cancers, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email drporterkman@gmail.com or call 946-9020. That is 946-9020.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. And I started out mentioning about this immigration reform bill that is going to be coming to Parliament, and it's now out for consultation. And as I was saying yesterday, it probably would have been a good idea to have a town hall on this, or town halls throughout the districts, and maybe a what they call a white paper that kind of takes out all the legalese and breaks it down into, some straightforward language. But looking at what's been reported on it, here are some of the things that are in the bill and should be considered. Under the new bill, a person married to or in a civil partnership with a Caymanian or permanent resident must have their residency and employment rights certificate for 15 years before they can apply for naturalization or an open-ended permanent residency. So this is, of course, aimed at marriages of convenience. We've heard a lot about those. Also, another item here, the time that it takes for those granted permanent residency, and they would have gotten that through the point system to be allowed to apply for status, has been extended, and it will now be 20 years from the day of their arrival. And that's up 5 years. It used to be 15, so they're looking to increase that by 5 years. 20 years before you can apply for status. And the law also effectively removes the ability of people of independent means to buy residency for life. Wealthy individuals who purchased developed real estate will only be eligible to apply for a 10-year residency certificate. And the proposed changes also state that work permit holders would not be permitted to change employers within the first 2 years of their permit being granted. Now remember, we heard a lot of discussion on here in the past about job hopping. We even heard about people arriving and then, like that same week, they're taking a job other than what their original work permit was for. And so this is an effort to curb job hopping and to encourage stability within the labor market. A permit holder would be required to leave Cayman. They will be required to leave Cayman for at least a year before being allowed to apply for another permit. And there are some exemptions for that and under certain circumstances. And the immigration bill also requires all relevant agencies to share information with work to ensure that Caymanians are considered first for employment and to also inform decision-making on applications for permanent residency, residency and employment rights certificates, and Cayman status. Yes, we've heard about an effort to coordinate things with, we have Caymanians studying abroad. They're going to be out of school next year, so we should know that and know that they will be available to join the workforce and to coordinate things between the Ministry of Education, who's issuing these scholarships, so they know when the person is scheduled to come back, and so that work has this information at hand to see the potential to have Caymanians available for any positions. And the bill proposes new enforcement tools, including provision to revoke immigration facilities for non-Caymanians who flout the law. It introduces new fees and revenue-generating measures and legally recognizes certain fees and fines that were charged and collected without full statutory authority in the past. So they were collecting fees that had the authority to collect. Is that what that means? The bill also confirms the introduction of term limits for non-Caymanian civil servants. We've heard a lot about that. And I guess, there's a little editorializing here, but This report was saying the bulk of the bill is aimed at making it harder for expatriates to work, expatriate workers to become Caymanian, and discouraging the path to long-term residency. Surviving spouses or civil partners with dependents will be required to have specific financial standing if they were married for fewer than 7 years as part of their application to live permanently in the Cayman Islands. And the law introduces a new certificate for commercial farmhands to address evolving economic needs. The bill also includes a clause that states that people who have been granted the right to be Caymanian, known as status, will be required to provide annual declarations for themselves and their dependents for 7 years after being granted that right. Failure to do so will be grounds for revocation of their status. I don't know if they've been given the right to be Caymanian. I don't know what they have to be declaring, but a holder of the right to be Caymanian by entitlement, who after reaching the age of 18 resides outside Cayman for 5 years or more, and who fails to notify work, will lose that right under the proposed amendments. So I guess if you're going away to school after you turn 18 or something, you better let work know. I don't know, is that necessary? Well, anyway, that's what's being proposed, and the government is asking you to give your opinion so they'll know how people feel. We're going to take a break, and I'll be right back with some guests to talk about Older Persons Month.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Big news at Cayman Airways. We've added more flights to Miami, and airfares start from just $80 US each way plus taxes. You heard that right. This fare is less than the taxes and fees. Whether you need a day trip or an afternoon flight on a Friday, Cayman Airways has you covered for that Miami trip with fares as low as $80 US each way. Some conditions apply, and these cheap seats are limited, so hurry and book your seats today at CaymanAirways.com. More flights, more trips, more Miami with Cayman Airways.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
Got something on your mind that you want to share?
You can send a text, send a voice note, or even request a song. Go on, give it a try. Message us at 925-3261 on WhatsApp today and get active with Radio Cayman. Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram, hashtag
Radio Cayman.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
Since 1976.
Covering Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, Cayman Brac. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Yeah. What's on your mind? Well, I thought I had some guests waiting out there, but I guess I thought wrong. So I hope we'll hear about the Older Persons Month activities that are going on eventually this afternoon. But if we're listening to those proposals, what do you think about those proposed changes to the immigration law? Because I know, it's usually a subject that everybody has something to say about. Everybody's got an opinion about how to run immigration and how to make things better. So pick up the phone, give me a call. Let me hear what you have to say about reforming immigration. Maybe you have some things that you want to put in there. Phone numbers to call. You can give us a toll-free call at 1-800-534-8255. Is it really toll-free? I don't know. You won't be charged any credit anyway. 1-800-534-8255. Compliments of Flow. And non-Flow users can use 949-8037, 949-6990, or WhatsApp 925-3261. You can send a message, give us a call. Let me hear from you. What are you thinking about the immigration proposals that are now out for consultation? And it's important that people give their input on this. And we do have a couple of calls on the line. Let's see what they're saying. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Charlo.
Yeah, how are you?
How are you doing today?
I'm fine, and you?
I promised a friend of mine that I wouldn't call. He asked me if I would have called on the radio today. So I told him no. I said no, but there's a few things that I'd like to address.
Okay.
Mr. Charlo, the wealthy people have done a lot of good things to Cayman, They have made Cayman beautiful. All these nice, beautiful big buildings. We got to give thanks to the wealthy people, At least I give thanks. From the time I was a young little boy. But anyway, Mr. Charles, I think that they should have a special advantage in Cayman too. They're different from
a special advantage?
I think so. They're different from the poorer workers. Not to discriminate against poorer workers, but they can build businesses and hire other people. We can have some things put in place where they can do their developing and develop us Caymanians and make sure that we.
But can't they already do that?
Well, you're right, but we can make it better where you require that Caymanians get employment and get first preferences and et cetera, and give the wealthy people more of an advantage in Cayman. At least I don't think it's wrong. I think it's a great idea. They can do a lot when it concerns.
Well, they can form a company and employ people. There's ways for them to do that.
Yeah, because
when you say you're talking about wealthy expatriates, is that what you're talking?
Yes, sir. Yes,
because wealthy Caymanian has no problem with forming a business, right?
Yes, sir. And they can out of the goodness of their hearts, because quite a few wealthy people they help out big time with donations and helping people and stuff like that here in Cayman. So I think we should sit down and have some good talks, renewed talks, and give them more of an advantage and invite more wealthy people here that will do different types of businesses.
Well, we'll have to take that under consideration.
Yeah, and you know, you can have Caymanians hired in different types of skilled areas, because you know, not everyone can be a banker or accountant
Sure.
or landscaper and all that sort of stuff. You know, I think it would be good if we.
All right.
You know,
Well, listen, I got someone else on the line, but I got to get him in before I get to the news. Okay.
Yes, sir. I know how that is, Mr. Charlo.
All right. Thanks for the call.
Okay, sir.
Let's go to our next caller. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today. Hello? Have they disappeared? It's a disappearing day. The guest disappeared. Now the caller has disappeared. It's a magic show. The disappearing people. Maybe we have someone coming back now. Okay, we got someone on the line now. Hello, you're on the air.
Hi, Mr. Glidden.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, you're on the air. How are you doing?
Good afternoon to you. Happy Wednesday. If that next caller is listening, I am telling him I am firmly, strongly rejecting his comment about wealthy persons making Cayman Islands beautiful, because he is absolutely wrong. The Cayman Islands is the Cayman Islands, and while it is beautiful, it wasn't the absolute wealthy that made the Cayman Islands what it is. In fact, the wealthy has taken away some of the beauty and allure of the Cayman Islands by coming here, and while it may be looked at as investing in the country, in the islands, some of the developments have taken away from the beauty and attraction of the Cayman Islands. So last caller, I hope you're listening to me. I know who he is, and I will tell him my comments the next time I see him. Are you there, Mr. Glidden?
I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay. So now that I've vented with that, I see your hair is growing back pretty fast, though. I just had to mention that, give you a chuckle. I will say this in regards to what you were expressing with the new immigration bill. I have started to read it, and I haven't, gotten as far as I'd like to go, but I definitely will be giving it some feedback. But I will say this: I made a short video, 15-minute short, announcing that the bill had been released for public consultation, and I can say this: I'm pretty contented to express this, that the video itself has amassed on TikTok 50.2 thousand views.
Oh, that's good.
That's very, very good. 230 comments, 1,352 likes, and over 100 inbox messages, which is a lot, right? For various reasons, I get inbox messages. People are asking for help to get work permits and all different sorts of things. But I will say this, Mr. Glidden, for the majority of the feedback on the video, on Facebook and on TikTok, people who are non-Caymanians and who have either been here, are here, and would like to come here, have majority given positive feedback in regards to this new bill being introduced, and that is an encouraging thing to note, because I did a video last week, excuse me, about persons who made videos criticizing Cayman and complaining about Cayman and so forth.
Can you do me a favor?
Yes,
and just hang in there and let me go to the newsroom, and I'll come back and we can continue.
Sure. Okay. No problem.
Okay.
Thanks.
Let's see what's making headlines.
Covering Little Cayman, Cayman Bride. Cover
of me.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
With the latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. Following an event on Sunday where officers responded to a report that a young child had been left unattended in a vehicle in the parking lot of a bar on Shedden Road, officers are appealing to the public for information. The matter is currently under full investigation with a child safeguarding referral. However, the police are requesting that anyone who is present at the location and observed the child or has any other information on the matter contact 949-4222. Anonymous tips can be provided directly to the RCIPS via the confidential tip line at 949-7777 or via their website. Tips can also be submitted anonymously via the Cayman Crime Stoppers website or by downloading the Cayman Crime Stoppers app. According to the Associated Press, at a massive military parade attended by foreign leaders, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un rolled out his nuclear-armed military's most powerful weapons. Joined by high-level Chinese, Vietnamese, and Russian officials at a podium, Kim said in a speech that his military should continue to grow into an invincible entity that destroys all threats, but made no direct mention of the United States or South Korea. According to Reuters, Canada's anti-money laundering regulator said today it had imposed a $176.9 million fine on money services business Zelton Enterprises Limited, the largest ever penalty doled out by the agency. Canada has been signaling efforts to clamp down on financial crime. On Monday, the government announced a new agency to combat fraud, money laundering, and recover criminal proceeds. Those are the latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
HSA's Orthopedic Clinic has relocated to the second floor of the Smith Road Medical Center. Our dedicated team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons treat conditions ranging from spine to ankle injuries in adult and pediatric patients. We offer minimally invasive procedures from ligament reconstruction to hip and knee replacement. If you have experienced an injury due to sports or day-to-day activities, call 949-8600 and schedule an appointment with HSA's Orthopedic Clinic, now located at the Smith Road Medical Center.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Layman E. Scott Senior High School, formerly known as Cayman Brack Secondary Modern School and Cayman Brack High School, officially opened on January 23, 1967. With 73 students and 4 staff members under the leadership of its first principal, Layman E. Scott Sr. The school was renamed Layman E. Scott Senior High School on April 20, 2011, in honor of Scott, who passed away on December 25, 2010.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Cybercrime happens online or through the technology we use every day. Anyone can be a victim of cybercrime, whether you are a young person being bullied or harassed online, or an older person or business who's been scammed out of money or personal data. Cybercrime is an issue that touches all of us. The Cayman Islands government has therefore created an online resource to help keep you cyber safe in an ever-changing world.
In online situations, it is better to be cyber safe than sorry. Learn now to protect yourself against cybercrime. Visit gov.ky/cybersafe.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and a quick look at the weather here. This was a forecast that was issued this morning by the Cayman Islands National Weather Service. Moderate winds becoming gusty near showers are likely, and seas will gradually deteriorate over the next 24 hours. Fresh northeasterly winds and rough seas are expected from Thursday night as the pressure gradient tightens over the northwest Caribbean as Tropical Storm Melissa is forecast to move near Jamaica. So keeping an eye on things there. And of course, Melissa out there moving very slowly, kind of drifting around. And they actually have Melissa forecast to be south of Jamaica Monday morning, but between now and then, that could very likely change because, things are starting to shape up, but exactly where it's going to go remains to be seen here. We have a caller that's been patiently waiting on the line here. We had started out talking about the immigration bill. Hello, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, so you were saying.
Right, I was saying that I did a short video Friday, I think it was, yes, when the bill came out, and I was sharing how much, the statistics of where it's at so far, with over 50.2 thousand views, 230 comments, 1,352 likes, and over 100 inbox personal messages. And I was sharing, most importantly, is that majority of the comments and likes have been by people, like I said, who are non-Caymanians, or even I know there's a few Caymanians who've obtained status and so forth. And, some people have expressed inbox messages of their personal circumstances and so forth. But majority of the feedback has been very positive when you consider persons who immigrated to the island and view the video and so forth. So that is very encouraging that, we have. I mean, that's a small percentage of who knows, who they are. But to see that so many people in this regard, and some of the other medias I see, there's always going to be the people who criticize and complain and not happy. And, anywhere, any country that an immigrant goes, it is not necessarily going to be 100% of a positive experience all the time. And I think a lot of people do not realize that. Right now we see the United States, the Trump administration is making huge, drastic immigration changes over there, and I was saying to Mr. Connor this morning, he put a rhetorical question as, why does everyone want to come to the Cayman Islands, or why do people want to come to the Cayman Islands? Some verbiage to that effect. And my thing was because we have such I call it a lax immigration policy. Our immigration policy is much more lax than compared to some of these other, bigger countries, and also our dollar value. And so I think that's why so many people come here. And as I was saying, for every 1,000 people that have to leave or want to leave, we're going to have another 2,000 or 3,000 hoping to come or on their way coming. So we the Cayman Islands at this point in our history, I don't think we're ever going to be short of people wanting to migrate to this country, no matter what type of laws we change. And I applaud, like I also said this morning, MP Dwayne Seymour from Bordentown. He had brought up some immigration changes that they had. I think it was a white paper, and that ended up,
that was issued earlier at the beginning of this year, I think it was.
Right, yes. And that didn't materialize. Then we heard MP, Deputy Leader of the Opposition, Brian, had, mentioned it for a brief couple of weeks, and then that didn't materialize. And, I applaud them for even having the courage to had, come out and say something that they were looking for immigration reform. But for Minister Miles, I mean, he collectively he can't do it by himself. The government has to agree, but I still applaud him for having the backbone and the gumption to put this as it's come out. And we may see some changes to it. We may not. And of course, we all know also that, sometimes these bills go, the consultation period passes and then they're kind of set on a shelf. We just don't know what's going to happen. But I think for the most part, what I've seen is at least on my platforms, is that the feedback has been, very, very encouraging. And like I said, you can't. Back to what Mr. Brown was saying. I know my thoughts are all over the place, but we even the United States are making changes to their immigration laws when it comes to wealthy people coming into their country. In terms of investments and how much they have to invest and whether they want to open business and they have to employ a particular amount of Americans, and they have to go through the Department of Labor, to get. I know this myself because I've helped people apply for permanent residence and citizenship and and work visas and so forth in the U.S. And some categories you have to obtain a certificate from the Labor Department in order to accompany your application to the USCIS. Otherwise, you don't send your application in. So that could be something we could be looking at here, that the Labor Department issues, in addition to the other suggestions they're talking about, they're implementing starting November 1st with the advertising and so forth. We could look at obtaining a certificate from the Department of Labor, too, in order to certify that, yes, this person is demonstrating that they have exhausted all measures to try to get a Caymanian status, a Caymanian. I don't want to differentiate between status holders. Yeah. I know some people are stickler about that, but a Caymanian. And so that's something. But anyway, I'm sure there's other people listening, Mr. Holding on, Mr. Glidden, but those are some of the things that I'm thinking about. We're not going to please everyone all the time, but this is something we must do, and I hope that it once the consultation period is over, like Mr. Connor was saying, let's not extend the consultation period. Whatever comes in. Everybody has had advance notice, and I've been promoting it, and so.
Yeah, I would have just liked to have seen maybe some town halls or a white paper that puts it in plainer language.
Right,
I mean,
right.
A lot of people find that bill very hard to go through.
And it is quite extensive too. But what I think should have happened to these MPs should have jumped on it right away, and each MP had a meeting in their respective districts, because I don't understand. Politics in Cayman is still evolving, but it's still not where it should be with the evolution that is happening. It's like the respectfully to all MPs, all 19 that are sitting, but it's like election period is over now, and hey, we're already in, so we don't have to work too hard with certain things. And every MP should have had some sort of little meeting from Friday that was released. We should have seen some dates coming on board this week and next week, having meetings, not on the same night for most MPs, so people could kind of go to each district if they wanted to. But I'm very disappointed. I think. Let me rephrase that. I think maybe I heard it was discussed in West Bay. I think they're meeting. The 4 MPs in West Bay had a meeting last night, I believe, if I'm not wrong with the date, or maybe this evening. And I understand that it was the intention to discuss some of the immigration. I haven't tried to reach out to find out for sure.
Well, there's still a few weeks to go, so hopefully we'll see more of that.
Yes. So.
Well, thank you so much for the call.
Thank you too, Mr. Glidden.
You take care. And I think we have someone on the WhatsApp line. Do we? Oh, they left. Okay. Well, maybe they'll call back. But even if it's not the minister that's piloting the bill, holding the town hall, certainly each member can meet with their constituents and get feedback and discuss this in a town hall setting, and they get direction from their constituents as to how they should be voting on this and any amendments that should be made. So let's hope that the MPs get out and talk to people, because sometimes it's people have you talk to them and they have their ideas about how it should go, but when it comes to sitting down and writing an email, and some people don't even like to use email. I think that automatically kind of puts a barrier for some people to communicate through that method, and also to dissect the bill, to read it as it is written as a bill, it's not always very conducive to getting people to actually sit down and dive into that, because there's a lot of whereas and where is and all that kind of stuff that you have to weed through to try and find out exactly what it is they're saying. Lots of times you have to read the sentence 2-3 times before you say, oh, that's what it means. I think we have a caller. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
I'm back, Mr. Charlo.
Are you back to? Yes. What?
She's like a good old sister,
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Boy,
oh, she keeps you in place.
Oh yeah, she keeps me in place, Mr. Jallo. But it's really serious, Mr. Jallo. I've seen where a lot of wealthy people they have developed. Did quite a few beautiful buildings on the island,
Yeah, I think she was talking about the natural beauty.
Yeah, but I don't know. Sometimes you got to forget about the bush, and you got to put some good buildings up, and they're developing for us, and for her too.
And for them. Don't forget that they're developing for themselves also.
I know, but they're making Cayman beautiful, Mr. Charlo. I mean, I've seen some beautiful buildings. I said, my gosh.
So you like a cityscape?
I like that. Mr. Charlo. It's beautiful, man. I like those nice, how they look, nice, beautiful, tall buildings. Even the 1 and 2 stories. It's beautiful. It's a sign of success.
So you ever been to New York?
No, I've been certain parts of the States, but, where you look up at the buildings and then make it Disney and all that. But, I mean, it's beautiful what they're doing to Cayman, and I'm sure they're going to do a beautiful job in the next couple of decades.
Well, I guess, they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Right?
Oh, it sure is. I'm an artist, Mr. Charles. I'm an artist, so I like to
the architecture.
Yeah, beautiful, man. Some very beautiful buildings, and like I said, I'm sure they're gonna do. A lot of those people are gonna do a beautiful job in Cayman. So she got to get ready for it too.
All right, you take care.
And they'll make her smile sooner or later.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So, one man's masterpiece is another man's junk. But we all have our likes and dislikes. Another item that's on the table here is the government has put forth their strategic plan, outlining exactly what they want to do, and they put out I guess it's a press release, and in it has the broad outcomes of this strategic policy. One, education, immigration, and workforce development. A strong education and immigration system that supports a highly skilled and adaptable Caymanian population. So, and I like the idea of the education, immigration, workforce development being on the same line, so that we can get some kind of coordination there. You can guide students as to, what it is that Cayman needs as far as educated people, because, maybe you like to study nuclear science, but I don't know if that's going to quite fit into Cayman if that's what you go away and study. You to be able to study something that you can get into, and it's relevant to Cayman. Another broad outcome: housing, infrastructure, and environment. Sustainable physical development that prioritizes affordable housing, ensures resilient infrastructure, and protects nature. The economy. A diversified, resilient economy that supports prosperity and innovation. Health and social development. Healthy and empowered people with an improved quality of life for all ages. Caymanian identity, culture, and heritage, a cohesive society which protects and institutionalizes Caymanian identity and culture. Public services, efficient, effective, accountable, and people-centered public services. All of that sounds very good for the public service. Efficiency, being effective, accountable to the people, and people-centered, because everything comes down about caring for our people. Good governance and public safety. A secure, well-governed country demonstrated by transparent governance and robust public safety systems. So each broad outcome is supported by specific outcomes and targeted initiatives to achieve measurable progress over the SPS period. These include more affordable housing options for first-time Caymanian home buyers and low-income families. Better healthcare access with expanded services and chronic disease management, improved roads and infrastructure, reducing congestion and travel times. Stronger job pathways for Caymanian graduates and workers, protected cultural heritage, ensuring Caymanian identity thrives for future generations. Sustainable environmental practices, safeguarding beaches, marine life, and natural resources. In the SPS, that's the Strategic Policy Statement, the Economics and Statistics Office forecasts the following. Cayman's economy to expand by 2.6% this year and grow by 2.2% in 2026, 2.5% in 2027, and 2.2% in 2028, supported by financial services, infrastructure, and tourism. So that's marking a little slowdown in the growth, which is probably a good thing, because you don't want an economy to get overheated. I think right now we're well heated. Everywhere you look, there's cement being poured. More and more work permits are being granted. There's a lot of demand for labor, and when an economy gets overheated, the demand starts to outstrip the supply, and that's also inflationary. Also, in the SPS, the Ministry of Finance and Economic Development forecast operating surpluses. 6.56 million in 2026. That's the forecast surplus for this year, 6.56 million. And for next year, 9.37 million. And 13.89 million in 2028, while maintaining cash reserves above the statutory minimum under the Public Management and Finance Act. Operating revenues over the 3-year SPS period forecast to total $3.864 billion. Billion, that's with a B. Billion. As follows. 1.252 billion in 2016. I say 2016, 2026. 1.296 billion in 2027, and 1.316 billion in 2028. And those are the revenues, and the expenditures over the 3-year SPS period forecast to be just under 3.834 billion in operating expenses. So that's just under what the revenues are. Or as 1.246 billion in 2026. And 1.28 billion in 2027, and 1.301 billion in 2028. So they're forecasting the expenditures to just come in a little under what they expect to bring in, and I can't believe we're talking about billions. That's a huge budget. I guess we've reached there, huh? Perhaps it's been that way for a while. So, but that's what we're looking at as far as the main broad outcomes that the government is hoping to achieve over the next 3 years. Looks like they have a course set on some very good things, and they took their time to arrive at this. They didn't rush into it, and especially when we look at the financial part, they've took sufficient time to really try and make it realistic, I think. And that was one of the main reasons they gave as far as delaying the presentation of the strategic policy statement. They said that in years gone by, when the deadline was, in the summer? I forget what month exactly, but it was very shortly after the election. The governments would actually have to rush to get this done in order to meet that deadline. And then later on, you realize that the figures that were put down weren't realistic, so you have to come back for supplementary, measures. So hopefully this is a very realistic picture that they painted here as far as finances. So what do you think about this? Pick up the phone, give me a call. Going to take a break, be right back.
Big news Because at Cayman Airways, we've added more flights to Miami and airfares start from just $80 US each way plus taxes. You heard that right. This fare is less than the taxes and fees. Whether you need a day trip or an afternoon flight on a Friday, Cayman Airways has you covered for that Miami trip with fares as low as $80 US each way. Some conditions apply and these cheap seats are limited, so hurry and book your seats today at CaymanAirways.com. More flights, more trips, more Miami with Cayman Airways.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Protect your computers and mobile devices with security software to defend against cyber attacks through viruses, malware, and other online threats. Be aware of unsecure Wi-Fi connections when in public. If you need to access your online banking or sensitive information on your mobile devices, try disabling the Wi-Fi and switching to data from your mobile network. If you suspect a fraud attempt, please contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. The ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom. The land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your sister islands.
Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Social media, X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Interact with our talk shows on YouTube. Download our official Radio Cayman app, or you can log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky. You can also add us to WhatsApp
on 925-3261.
All the latest information, breaking news, community events, and more. Radio Cayman. Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. What's on your mind? Pick up the phone. Give me a call. Tell me what's going on with you. You can give me a ring. Courtesy of Flo, 1-800-534-8255. And you can also call the 949-8037, 949-6990, or WhatsApp 925-3261. Send a message, make a call. Let's chat. Well, we were hoping to hear from the people running the Older Persons Month events, but seems like that has been rescheduled now, so we'll have to pick that up at some other time. But there's a karaoke at the Lion Center tonight. Yes, today is the 22nd, right? Yeah, as part of the Older Persons Month. Karaoke, Lion Center, 6:30 to 8:30. So maybe you'd like to check that out. And the Circle of Love brunch. I guess that's the Circle of Love Ministries having a brunch at the Triple C Hall in Grand Cayman, and that's for seniors. Let's see what's happening on the line there. We have a phone call. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon, Mr. Charles.
Yes, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Any specific topics?
Open line.
Okay.
We talked a little bit about the immigration reforms that are being planned. They're bringing a new bill to change the immigration laws, and also the things that the government has been planning to do.
Okay. I still yet to read that, so I don't have no comments on that right now. Disrespect on the island, when it come into certain decisions of the community.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading about the plan that had been approved of the apartments that would be doing up in West Bay, by the four-way in the Heritage Square.
Right out on the bay there.
Right. It's I find it very disrespectful, when you have people coming in and saying that they're doing projects for the community that is in need of the community, but then when you see the community come in and sign an objection letter towards their claims and say 200 or so people, let's just say they even never meet the standards or whatever, but then we talk about silences consent. And
mm-hmm.
when you have people that know people, and let's just say one person knows 100 people, and all of those things count when one person could represent those people, and they still disregard any decisions made by the community that they're claiming to communicate with. And it's, to me, I look at it like they're slowly killing local businesses on this island. Blatantly just doing it in our faces and telling us that we have to find somewhere else to go. And it's not nice, because during COVID, I've felt that impact tremendously with my business. And I don't know if we sit down and just accept these things and we can't say anything about it as Caymanians, but when a Caymanian stands up and says no to something, I wouldn't expect someone to push me aside and say, "That's what you think." That wouldn't be nice.
No, not at all.
That's not nice, because, how you expect to have happiness from a community when you're doing exactly the opposite of what they feel is happy? Doing the exact opposite of what a community needs, and they're saying they're doing it in the name of the community's needs. It's not nice. It's not nice.
I thought that there was something in planning that when you do a new development, that the architecture has to fit in. You can't do something that is, kind of I don't want to say contrary, but it just doesn't fit into the prevailing look of the place.
Right.
But it seems like any kind of architecture can be plopped down.
That's the bad thing. I don't go back to one of my biggest things that I have on the island going on, the subject that I have going on, the Pageant Beach. I have videos, pictures, and all different types of things that I've been documenting about that place from time there was in just barely a foundation. And I goes to that beach so long and know how the weather can disrupt that location. And I've seen waves literally touching that building, that big tall building that they have erected up in the...
This is the new Hyatt?
Yeah, the Grand Hyatt, that big old enormous building that they're doing. And
yeah.
To me, it is ridiculous to know the potential of what God can do and will do again. And then they have these people completely trying to go against him. It's not nice when you see the developers here just just disrespecting our land, and it's not nice. You know, one thing that I've noticed as well, our land security is not secured that good. And it needs to be reviewed. A lot of the decisions being made to change our environment so that they can protect themselves. They wouldn't need protecting if they had to just follow the precautions that are necessary. But they're just pushing things forward. They're just pushing things. Just like how they can go and put a bulldozer on the beach in Florida, the same way they want to do it in the Cayman Islands. That should not be allowed, sir. We barely can go in and comfortably take up a bucket of sand without somebody telling us, you can't do that, you know. That can't work. That can't work. How these people living amongst us and expect us to feel happy as Caymanians?
Tell me a little bit more what you mean about land security.
Okay, for example, you know, I'm into agriculture. Security, food security starts with land security.
Right.
That's just in my eyes. I don't know how many people can agree with it, but as far as I've been talking to people about it, they agree.
And we don't have much good agricultural land.
Huh?
What agricultural land that we have is very limited.
Right, and I still believe that 50% of our island should be part agricultural. And you see, the problem is that we have established agricultural grounds that are being developed around residential land, and then those residential people do not like the idea of agriculture being around them. Either that's just their preference, or they just want to demolish it. And I'm not speaking out of fear. I'm trying to show awareness of what is going on out there that people just don't see.
So do you have some farmland yourself?
No, sir. I would love to have it one day, but I do have family that has. A lot. And that is very important that we keep that going, because it's not about, quit your job to do farming. You do farming so that you can quit your job. A lot of people need to look into how we need to do our sustainability on our own island, because self-sustainable is the goal. And it should be the goal. I hear about sustainable development, but we're not being able to sustain ourselves.
You think we ever will be able to, though? I mean, even if you say we protect the farmland and so forth, you think we can actually supply our own food?
We can, but we need to also teach. Because just saying something is not going to fix the problem. We need to teach. Education-wise, with agricultural, it should be a part. Because really and truly, when you see children graduating from school, going to college, and being sent away to come back, you think that they know how to do half of the things that our elders could do? I don't believe so. Because it would be like how I have a conversation with a few of my family members. Some say work hard, not smart. Some say work smart, not hard. How can I work that together and be efficient? You know?
Yeah.
We need hard-working people, but at the same time, we need smart-working people. And we're not doing things smart. AI not smart. And artificial intelligence is not as smart as people think. Really and truly, artificial intelligence might be smart for those who want to be dumbed down. But nothing to say anything against artificial intelligence, because I use it too. But at the same time, we need to use common sense, and we don't have that foresight. We're losing that foresight.
In artificial intelligence, something had to teach it.
Right.
It had to learn from something.
Yeah, artificial intelligence has been gathering information from the human beings. So if they think that artificial intelligence is smarter than humans created artificial intelligence. I'm sure that they can make artificial intelligence manipulate people. But I would not like to see this island fully dependent on artificial intelligence.
I mean, artificial intelligence is a tool, and what it does, it enables you to do things a lot quicker.
Yeah.
And without as much, it's not as labor intensive.
Yeah, well, that's when you use it smart. Some people just rely on it, like as if they're not using their heads. And I would like to implore people to use their heads when it comes to making specific decisions. Because you can't just go on artificial intelligence and ask them to write your email because you don't want to write. You have to read through that email after artificial intelligence has helped you. Or making any type of decisions, because I'm seeing some countries where our artificial intelligence is actually their parliamentary system.
What?
Yeah, where they're having a speaker, artificial intelligence speaker.
And
I think it's
the artificial intelligence is making rulings in their procedures.
You can't make this stuff up, Mr. Charles. Like how you're saying it, you can't make these stuff up. It's happening. And sooner or later, we're going to be solely relying on what artificial intelligence decides for us. And it's going to be another man's idea.
So tell me, you're involved in agriculture, right?
Yes, sir.
Have you had problems as far as foreign competition? You started out when you were talking about causing small businesses to go under and so forth. You find yourself having to compete against much larger organizations?
Only seasonal. It's seasonal because let's just say.
I see.
Let's just say you have, because in agriculture, plants don't produce year round unless it's a season. Some plants they produce fruit all year round. Some plants it's a season. And when they don't have those plants that are in the season, they tend to bring it in from another source, and that goes through the supermarkets. The supermarkets sell it, and people are stuck with buying from the supermarkets after that. But that's just my idea of how I see it going. But at the same time, I mean, I don't see us fully relying on just supermarkets alone. People want fresh fruit. So we have in my opinion, it could be balanced. So I don't see no real heavy competition like that. But at the same time, we need people to be producing. I actually would love to see overproducing than just producing sufficiently. We need overproduction right now because we're trying to build up food security.
So, well, that's an important thing. I mean, we all need food, right?
Yes, sir. And I would believe that people would love to eat healthy rather than going to fast food restaurants and paying. I think I heard you use this term sin tax, because I'm not pleased with buying fast food, because I've seen the drastic change in the prices. If you think that fast food restaurants is cheap, you're better off buying from a local restaurant and get your stew beef and oxtail and things like that. And better you go that way, because buying food from Burger King and them places, they're not helping anybody's pocket.
Yeah, well, I might have said that the junk food was cheaper. People went to junk food, but when I say junk food, you can find junk food in the grocery store too.
That too, yeah. You got.
I mean, just check out the difference that you can find in ground beef. You got ground beef that is good lean stuff, and then you got ground beef that is mostly fat, right?
Yeah.
Listen, thank you for your call. I got to take a break.
Yes, sir.
Got to pay the bills around here. You take care. Nice to hear from you.
Yes, sir.
Take care. It's time for a break. We'll be right back.
Big news at Cayman Airways. We've added more flights to Miami and airfares start from just $80 US each way plus taxes. You heard that right. This fare is less than the taxes and fees. Whether you need a day trip or an afternoon flight on a Friday, Cayman Airways has you covered for that Miami trip with fares as low as $80 US each way. Some conditions apply, and these cheap seats are limited, so hurry and book your seats today at CaymanAirways.com. More flights, more trips, more Miami with Cayman Airways.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Rotary Central Cayman Islands, in association with the Cayman Islands Health Services Authority and the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens, present East to West Health Check. Free for you, free for all. Free blood sugar, cholesterol, blood pressure, body mass index screening and assessment. Free physician's consult. The 14th Annual Rotary Central Diabetes Awareness Screening. East End Health Center. Cost you less West Bay. A.L. Thompson's Home Depot, Georgetown. Saturday, November 1st, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The East to West Health Check, a Rotary Central community initiative.
Attention Cayman, transform your kitchen for less with Granite Express Cayman. Skip the Christmas rush and take advantage of our year-end promotion. Offer is valid until October 31st. Refresh your space with our cabinet respray services and quartz countertops for as low as $3,950. Selected material. If you only need a countertop, prices start at $2,250. Don't miss this limited time offer. Visit Granite Express Cayman today or call 922-0424 for our free estimate. Granite Express, quality stone, unbeatable prices.
When you choose Cineco Motor Insurance, you're not just getting coverage. You're joining a community that cares about protecting you and your loved ones. Why Cineco? Personalized coverage tailored to your needs. 24/7 claim service, always just a call away. And peace of mind with CARE roadside assistance for flat tires to towing anytime, anywhere in Cayman. Ready for a quote? Visit Cineco.ky. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
The Fall Labor Force Survey and Quality of Life Survey is currently being conducted by the Economics and Statistics Office. The Labor Force Survey seeks to collect data on employed and unemployed persons who are not in the labor force. The Quality of Life Survey seeks to gather information on life satisfaction, sense of well-being, financial security, economic outlook, social inclusion, sense of belonging to the local community, and perceived health. Trained interviewers with ID cards will visit randomly selected households. For more details, please call the ESO hotline 516-3329.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. And yes, you can tell us what's on your mind. Pick up the phone, give me a call. You know, one of our callers a while ago was talking about the question of why is everyone coming to Cayman or wants to come to Cayman. Yes, it is, I think, easier to get a work permit in Cayman than a lot of places. For one thing, I mean, businesses are now almost reliant on work permits in order to staff the business. I mean, go into any establishment that has, you know, a number of people, and you will see people that are obviously on work permit, that are expatriates. But our economy has just, you know, ballooned, mushroomed, whatever term you want to use, it's blown up. Cayman's economy has been, you know, like barreling down a railway, like a runaway train. And so many buildings being built. You've got all these construction workers. Every day you see a new business somewhere or other. And it takes people to run that. And the local workforce hasn't been able to supply the people that are needed for that. And yes, there are times when I'm sure that Caymanians may be pushed to the side, even with all this employment. But I've also heard Caymanians who have a business, and I mean, these are what you would call true-born Caymanians, as you would say, right? And, they are for Caymanians. But they will also say, well, Caymanians who want to work are working. But of course, there are still the stories of discrimination. But overall, the economy has, outstripped the local workforce. There are simply more jobs than there are Caymanians to supply that workforce. And that's why the work permits are easier to get than in most places. Even just recently in the United States now, they have a work permit or a visa B. I forget the actual designation now, but it's one for highly skilled people to come in and work in the United States because they can't find the worker in the United States. And they just raised that to, the fee for that was $100,000. They can put up that kind of barrier or ask that kind of fee because of their economy. But even small businesses in Cayman that may be just employing 4 or 5 people, and I think you're classified a micro business if it's 4 or less people. Not even small, micro businesses. Most of them are going to have to take out some kind of work permit. They can't find the people that they need to run that business. And if you don't have the staff, if you don't have the right staff, it is close to impossible to make your business work. You got to have people there to do the things that makes the business run smoothly. Because if it's not running smoothly, then your customers aren't going to come, and they're Caymanians, and they're going to say, "Oh no, I'm not going there. It's I can't get helped." You got to wait a long time to get someone to help you or to serve you. So you got to have the right people to make your business run smoothly. And if you can't do that, the business goes up in smoke. And I don't know if you've ever been down to the work office to hand in an application or do anything like that. But I've never gone down there that it wasn't a crowd of people. And a lot of people handing in work permit applications every day. And why people come to Cayman? Well, we have a nice place here, so a lot of people love to live here. The conditions are much better than in a lot of places, compared to a lot of places. As much as we complain about crime is still much better. The crime rate is much better than in many, many, many places. We complain about traffic, but still the going is much easier in Cayman than in a lot of places. And so people come here and they like it. And, it is possible for them to find jobs here because of all of the opportunity that our economy has offered up, and the businesses that are opening, and the need for employees that can't be filled from the local workforce. And it's relatively easy to get a work permit. It's 2 o'clock. and that means it's news time.
Yesterday,
Today,
always and forever.
always Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market.
With your Radio Cayman News headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. The Ministry of Financial Services and Commerce is advising that the General Registry's office in Cayman Brac is relocating from its previous location in Stake Bay to Unit Number 3, Avistar Building, West End. To accommodate the move, the Cayman Brac office will be closed on the 27th and 28th of October. Strategic Communications Officer Matthew Yates states that, weather permitting, the office will reopen on Wednesday, the 29th of October from 8:30 a.m. at its new location. Normal office hours are expected to resume thereafter, Mondays to Fridays from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. According to the Associated Press, in the last hour, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth revealed that the U.S. military conducted its 8th strike against an alleged drug vessel, killing 2 people last night. The strike occurred in the eastern Pacific Ocean. The 7 previous strikes all targeted vessels in the Caribbean. According to Hegseth in a social media post, last night's strike brings the total death toll for strikes to at least 34 people. In his post, Hegseth took the unusual step of equating the alleged drug traffickers to the group behind the September 11, 2001 attack. According to Reuters, social media platform Reddit has sued artificial intelligence startup Perplexity in New York federal court, accusing it and 3 other companies of unlawfully scraping its data to train Perplexity's AI-based search engine. In a statement released by Perplexity, the company asserted that their approach is, quote, principled and responsible, and that they, quote, will not tolerate threats against openness and the public interest. Those are the latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and taking a look at the weather here. Today's forecast: isolated showers straight through the night. East and northeast winds at 15 to 20 knots. Seas moderate with wave heights at 3 to 5 feet. And, of course, all weather attention right now is what's happening with Melissa. And out there in the Central Caribbean, Melissa remains disorganized and jogging slowly westward. Heavy rainfall and flooding expected over portions of Hispaniola, that's Haiti and Dominican Republic, and also over Jamaica. And that's for the remainder of the week. This is a very, very slow-moving storm right now. The last report was saying 2 miles an hour. Moving west at 2 miles per hour. So Melissa going to hang around in the neighborhood quite a while. So the forecast was actually for as far as the path that it's taking right now, is having it south of Jamaica Monday morning. And there's you see a lot of models out there and so forth. And some of them are showing that it's going to go around the western end of Jamaica. There's still forecast for it to take some other paths. So we're going to have to just wait and see exactly what the next move is going to be. And that's why it's so important for us to stay up to date on what is going on, because this could very well, be influencing us in the coming days. Today's Wednesday. It says south of Jamaica Monday morning. So we have to see what's happening with this. It's not going to develop and move very quickly, it seems, but it could be coming on our side of Jamaica. So if that occurs, of course, our weather is going to be highly affected. Well, what do we got? About 23 minutes or so left in the show. So pick up the phone, give me a call. Let's see what you want to chat about. We'd hope to hear about the month of older persons, but that didn't pan out today. And it's, they say you could judge a society by how it treats its elderly. And I think we do generally a good job, do you? Do you think we take a good care of our elderly in the Cayman Islands? I know traditionally we always have, but in an ever-changing society, people get busy. You're going to work, you're trying to make ends meet, and sometimes the elderly probably don't get the attention that they need. And the Department of, Family and Children, the Family Resource Center, I guess, is having activities for seniors. They've had a talent show. Tonight, at the Land Center, there's karaoke. I'm sure that'll be a lot of fun for some of the people. On the 25th, coming up, the Circle of Love Ministries Love Brunch at Triple C Hall. That's from 10 o'clock until 1 p.m. And there is actually a seniors sports day. They come up with some inventive ways of having sports. We had some of the coaches that organized that. And, they were saying that the greatest part of that was not even the events themselves, but was after the events that a lot of people just hung around and, socialized. They were just so glad to be able to be out and to enjoy themselves. And that is always an important part of, taking care of the elderly, that they have some kind of social activity. And there's a gala in Cayman Brac at the Seaman Center. That's going to be on the 25th also. So I'm sure people are going to be having a good time there. And coming up on the 28th, there is going to be a panel discussion, which is going to be right here on Talk Today. We're going to be carrying that, and it's going to be down at the Constitution Hall, which, of course, used to be the town hall in Georgetown, right? A lot of historic things went on there. So there'll be a gathering there, and Radio Cayman will be bringing that to you live right here in the Talk Today time slot. So I'm looking forward to what that is going to be about. I'm sure the panel discussion will be very interesting. We'll probably hear some things brought up that we don't normally think of as far as the issues that face older people. And they wrap up the month with the virtual scavenger hunt. So that should be interesting. I think they said that is where you have to find things. You could go in Zoom, is it? And you have to find things in your house, So they're thinking of a lot of different things that to try and make October a fun and interesting month for elderly people here in Cayman. And excuse me. I know the last half hour of the show is always when people call. So don't change the pattern. Let's get some people in here. You got to call me before 25 after. It's hard to get it in when you call it 25 after. A lot of things to talk about. We had mentioned the strategic plan from the government, the plans that they have laid out. This is the things that they're going to be working on over the next 3 years, I guess you would say. And a lot of important things there. I mean, we have heard on this program about the difficulty of Caymanians moving upward mobility in the job place, and even obtaining the kind of job that they're qualified for in the first place. People coming back from college and having to take a job that is calls for less qualification than what they've gone abroad and studied for. So one of the things, stronger job paths for Caymanian graduates and workers. And we do have some callers on the line. So let's take the WhatsApp call first. Okay, WhatsApp caller, you're on the air.
Hey, good afternoon, Mr. Glidden. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine, and you?
Good. I'm worried about our older people though, because I know you said they're generally well taken care of, but I think we do good things ceremonially, like the monthly older person's month. But on a daily basis, there are many needs that are still being unmet. I think we need to address the family as a whole, because it's never been our tradition that, where all the kids are working and the grandparents are home, or the parents are home.
Excuse me.
Even in terms of compared to other countries, if grandma or grandpa wants to go to the doctor or supermarket, they don't get any breaks on the bus fare or taxi fares. They don't get any breaks in many situations. The only thing I know of is that they get free passport services. I think that's what they're offered. and also discount on vehicle licenses.
Yes.
But apart from that, I don't see the supermarkets giving a senior discount.
Well, I know Hurley's does on Thursdays.
That's true. I'm sorry, that's true. Hurley's has been so for years. But generally speaking, I don't see a lot of consideration for or benefits for older persons. Even the health insurance. I mean, when you reach a certain age, you could have been paying for 20 or 30 years.
Yeah.
And then they dump you as soon as you
When you need it the most.
Something.
When you need it the most.
Exactly. Exactly. So there's a lot that can be done or should still be done to help our elderly.
Do you think that as far as families though, we still take good care of our elderly as we have traditionally?
No, not half as good as we used to. And that's partially because of most people being working, all the children are working, grandchildren are working.
Yeah.
Sometimes even the grandparents are working.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So there's not much time for, the social aspect, or even the real need sometimes, I mean, most homes with kids have a helper. But when I grew up, my grandmother was at home working hard, her children and grandchildren in the house. But on the way home from school, I could smell her food from down the road walking. So I never forget those things. You're hungry, you've been to school all day. Back then, there wasn't any lunch program. But grandma's there to help you with your homework, make sure you're healthy, give you some food. And the parents didn't have to pay a helper. I mean, your clothes were washed and all other things were done. But that village type of concept is almost gone.
And you know what? A lot of grandmas and grandpas are, even today, are the ones that are holding things together in families.
Oh yes, definitely. There's still many
they're the
families that
anchor,
do have that. Yes, and thankfully their kids, their children with jobs well enough that they can help support their their parents while they're taking care of their children after school or wherever it is.
Yeah.
So I mean, definitely not discounting their work. They're invaluable, but we still need to give them more
support.
Actual support, not just lip service. Yeah.
Well, thank you for the call.
All right. Thank you, too.
Have a good afternoon. We have another caller on the line. Okay, we need to take a break, so hang in there. We'll be right back.
Big news at Cayman Airways. We've added more flights to Miami and airfares start from just $80 US each way plus taxes. You heard that right. This fare is less than the taxes and fees. Whether you need a day trip or an afternoon flight on a Friday, Cayman Airways has you covered for that Miami trip with fares as low as $80 US each way. Some conditions apply and these cheap seats are limited, so hurry and book your seats today at CaymanAirways.com. More flights, more trips, more Miami with Cayman Airways.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, Please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Aunt Angie, how does it feel to have broken the bull riding world record?
Sore, Sean. That bull was angry.
Angie, I think that bull is headed towards your red convertible.
I broke the world record and he broke my car. Oh well, at least I've got CG Comprehensive Motor to cover this.
Get covered for collision, damage, and more. CG Brit-K. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
Christmas is coming, and so is the Christmas breeze. Stay tuned to 105.3 and 91.9 FM, and don't miss the Christmas breeze.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. We have a caller that's been hanging in there. Let's check in with them. You're on the air with Talk Today. Hello?
Mr. Glidden. Hi, Mr.
Yes.
Glidden.
Oh, yeah, you're back.
Yes, I am. Listen, I'm not sure whether you mentioned the new policy that is going in place for work effective November 1st. Did you mention that?
No, is this the advertising?
Yes, well, it's a bit extensive. It's a bit more than that, but I think it's worth mentioning.
Yeah, go ahead.
You want me to mention it?
Yeah, I'm not clear exactly what it is you're talking about. Is this?
Well, yeah, it refers to advertising and the types of advertising that has to be done, and that the employers need to show certain proof of them having advertised and how many Caymanians and all that. And then Caymanians are being required to keep their portals updated and update to see, when they've applied for a job and when, if they've been selected for an interview and that sort of thing. So I don't have the news release in front of me, but I did do a video about that too, and that did amass a huge amount of views also. So
I saw something about that, and I was wondering about it because I don't know how new that is. I mean,
it just came out on, I think it was Monday the 20th.
Because I know,
yes,
I had to make an application for a work permit, and I had to do that. I mean, I had to give them whether I saw the person, they recommended someone. I had to say that I confirmed that I had seen them and so forth.
Right.
You have to advertise. You have to advertise. Post it on the work website for jobs that are available. Right.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know. Maybe this is something they're publicizing now, or I don't know.
Yes, I think what has happened is that they were randomly requesting it, or they were indirectly requesting it, but now they've made it formal.
Okay.
So it is effective November 1st. Like I said, I don't have the news release in front of me, but I did receive a notification from the work website, and it is on their social media page, Facebook, I think it is. But
well, I mean, all that is good because to be able or being able to require that.
Right.
Because people could just say, "Oh yeah, we didn't have any Caymanian applicants," or
exactly.
Exactly.
And it's nothing new because remember years ago. I mean, it's just done in a different platform. Remember years ago, it was mandatory for you to advertise in a newspaper, and then you had to supply the newspaper clippings to the department when you're applying for work permit. So there's some people that are out there irking that the government is going too far with, they may not have been in Cayman, they may not have remembered and that sort of thing. But this is absolutely nothing new. It's just technology is here now, and so they're doing it in a different manner. So I'm glad they reintroduced that, to be honest, and it's what the Caymanian public has been crying for. But I just wanted to say, I don't know if you realize the amount of things. I think October is an astronomical month. There's so many things that's recognized in October: breast cancer, older persons. In the UK, it's the month for ADHD and ADD record. Well, they call it just ADHD awareness in the UK, and of course, we know domestic violence, Mental Health Day, and United Nations Day, and I think there's a few others, but October must be the month that has the most.
Well, just from that list, it sounds so.
Yes. So I don't know. That was a bit of tidbit I thought I'd share with you. But looks like you're about to wrap up now. I don't know if you have another call, so I'll leave you.
No, if you have something else you wanted to bring up.
No, I just saw something in another social media, another media platform. I don't know if I should say it now, but it's out there in the forum. So where Miss Ralston for the Ombudsman Office is seeking a judicial review against, from the way it's worded, it's saying against the governor, one of the investigators within the Ombudsman's office. So that should be quite interesting, for following.
Yeah, but will be interesting to see what that judicial review finds and what the result is.
Yeah,
because
we know that the Ombudsman Office is very instrumental in keeping government organizations and so forth
accountable.
I guess you can say, but
and it's supposed to be very independent. So
right, definitely.
It'll be interesting how that judge sees this.
Right, and a lot of people, well, I shouldn't say a lot, but I know a significant amount of people will vent to me and not happy with,
I know. I saw. I think it was it the Compass report I read, and one of the complaints against her was that she had raised her voice and banged her hand on the desk.
Oh yes, yeah.
I thought that was. Well, how many bosses have not done that?
Done that exactly. Well, my
every once in a while you gotta raise your voice and slap the desk to make your point. Like
was that in the Compass?
This is what I want done.
Was that in the Compass lately?
I think it was this morning. I'm not. I know I read it somewhere.
Right, I'll go and double check. Well, I'm glad that there's a Caymanian at the helm of that office, and hopefully that remains the same, and we won't have to change that as we've done with an indigenous, ancestral, generational Caymanian is what I should say. And hopefully we won't have to change that, and we'll see what comes out of this. I just wanted to mention it, but you have a nice day, and I will talk to you maybe tomorrow.
All right, good to hear from you.
Bye.
Take care now. This is a dispute that's going on here between the ombudsman, which is that office is supposed to be very independent, and then because the story here in the Compass saying Cayman Islands Ombudsman Sharon Ralston is taking legal action against Governor Jane Owen over a disciplinary investigation that she claims is unlawful and unfair. So she's claiming that the governor doesn't have the authority and wants a judicial review to rule on that. And so this was there were complaints apparently. Internal complaints within that office as to her management style. So, I mean, some of the things I read in here, it didn't seem like it really amounted to much, but who am I to say that? The judge will have to rule. That's about it for Talk Today. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama.